All right, we are live. Woo! Hello, hello, good people. Come on in, come on in. Make yourselves comfortable. I will introduce my
Mhm.
lovely guest in a few minutes, but you know what we got to do? We got to share it to our pages first. So while we are doing that, just come on in, say hello, let us know where you're watching from so we can know that you're in the room. Right. Now, let's see. We're going to have a great conversation tonight. I'm so excited. So excited. Okay. All right.
I know. I'm like, I didn't share it to both my pages.
Okay. So we are good to go. Yes. Okay. All right. So I know some people will come in and then most people will watch the replay. So we're going to go ahead and get started so that we can utilize all of our time together. So welcome, 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 y'all, to another episode of Relationship Talks. I am your host, Siobhan Carter, the You Relationship Advocate. I took coach off because it's so much bigger than coaching. It's just, I'm an advocate for you relationship, your relationship with yourself. So I'm just grateful to be here tonight. And I am joined by my beautiful guest, Miss Arnya T.M. Davis, honey. And so Miss
And
Yes. So Miss Anya is the CEO of LadiCEO LLC, a plus size model, a podcast talk show host, and a speaker and a journalist correspondent for Swag Her magazine and media. She has an associate's of science degree from North Lake Community College and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Education Studies from Warner University. She has a love for entrepreneurship and desires to help others rise to their full potential. So, welcome, 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 Miss Anya. How are you today?
girl, I'm good, girl. That made me sound like I got something. Like I'm doing something out here in these streets, girl. Look at God. Okay, Jesus.
Yes, and is. Yes, you are. Ooh, yeah. So, what else would you like for the people to know about you?
I am a girl's girl. I tell people I am a girl's girl. Like I'm your home girl. Like I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna check on you. How your mental doing? How you
Mm,
doing today? I am that girl. I love people. I am a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur since 23. But in the stage where I'm at now, as I told you, God has showed me relationships is what I'm supposed to be talking about, being
mhm.
single, how I'm managing. You'll be surprised how people hit my inbox and be like, girl, that happened to you, that happened to me. So I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's do this. And that's what made me open up to my date, about my dating experiences, open up talking. Men hit me up. Well, what about this? Oh, chill out. I wasn't talking about you, specifically, but if the shoe fit and it opens up conversations with men and women, and
Mhm.
absolutely love it. So
Yeah, so this is going to be a good conversation, y'all. So as she's alluded to, we're talking about single life over 40. And I see we have Miss Dr. Sanithia Newby. She says she is 46 and here for the conversation. Let's
yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
yes. And Mr. Terrence Pickett is in the building. Good evening, Terrence. Thank you for joining. So, if you do, we want this to be an interactive discussion. So, if you do have comments or questions, just put it in the chat so that we can acknowledge you and get your comment or question addressed. So, we're talking about single over 40. Both Anya and I are over 40 and we are single. And so, we are here to talk about it. So first, let's start with you, Anya. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what's your relationship journey been like? Have you ever been married? Like, give us a little spiel about your relationship journey.
I was a high girl. I was a high girl. So I've never been married. I've never had like how people be together for 5, 6, all of them. Yeah, that never was me. Um, growing up, I was I was one of them. They had so many guys that liked me that if you messed up one time, I was like, I'm gonna let you a little bit later,
Yeah.
or it was just a booty call thing. Or I mean, I had boyfriends when I was in school and different things, but it wasn't for years and years and years and years. Um, in my 20s, I always say that I just was like, I felt like I wanted to be in control. I wanted to be in control of what was happening to me. So, as I tell people, even now, when I meet you, I know what I want to do with you. I know what it is. I know if I want to know you seriously, if I want to just have sex with you, or if I want to be your friend. And a lot of people can't handle that. I subscribe to whenever I'm dating multiple people unless we've had that conversation that that's not what's going to happen. Um, so I don't have any children because I always said I wanted to have children once I got married. And I ain't married and I never been married, so that's that. And I've never been pregnant either. Because I always told people, you know, I'm I was on my birth control, baby. I wasn't playing those games. But I did have my heart broken because there were times that when I decided that, oh, I want to be with him didn't want to really be serious about what I wanted and different things. Been cheated on multiple times. That's why on one of my posts today I said all the heartbreaks I've experienced. You know, it's a wonder that I still believe in love. Been emotionally abused, you know, and didn't realize that was what it was. What else? Being emotionally abused, messed up great situations because of insecurity on myself, because I felt like I wanted to control things because of past things that I had seen in others' relationships and not understanding. But it wasn't until I decided I wanted to be a wife that God placed people. I believe in God. I'm a Christian, so y'all gonna keep hearing me say that. So it wasn't to offend nobody, but I mean, it's just in me.
Right. You be yourself. Come on. Yeah.
Okay. So God placed wives in my midst, and I began to talk to them and different things. So it was a situation of me learning how to be a wife, how to even be a woman in some instances. Because just because you're born female and just because you're born male doesn't mean that you are a wife or husband. And it's not until you really understand the concept of marriage and the concept of a healthy relationship. And God knows that I would have been trash in somebody's marriage. I wouldn't have been the best wife. Now I was engaged. I was engaged, 13 years ago to a guy. And that was only because I had just went through a traumatic situation and I vowed that I'll never go through it again. And it was quick. I think we was engaged in a month and then stuff just wasn't going well. And then I left. So we was together all of maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
But I've met some really nice guys too. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to pause right here because you have shared so much good stuff just about your history. And Sanithia says she's never been married, so she is amen in the things that you have said. She's never been married, never years long relationships. You said you guys are kin folks. She said different on the emotional abuse, insecurity, and need to control, so she can understand and identify with what you have shared. And I appreciate you for sharing just a little bit of your journey so that we can get an idea for the things that you have gone through. You've been engaged, you've never been pregnant, never don't have any kids of your own, but have that nurturing spirit where you are taking care of people in your family and just have that connection with them, which is beautiful. But just have been through a lot of things over your 40 years of life that people can relate to. And so being 40, right, and never having been married and not having any children, how does that make you feel at 40?
Okay, so at 40, I'm okay. At 40, I'm okay with it. I have my days, don't get me wrong. I have those days that I cry. I actually cry. And I'll be like, I just wish. And it's the days that life just get overwhelming. But I think it started at 35. So that's why I say at 40, I'm a whole woman. I'm unapologetic. I'm good. At 35, I decided I was going to freeze my eggs. But then I turned around and didn't freeze my eggs because everybody was saying, you're going to be high risk. You might want to do this. And then I said, I want my partner to do it with me. And since I didn't have a partner, I didn't do it. So the likelihood of me having a kid is really, really slim. Plus I have PCOS. So it was rolling up until 40 because between 35 and 40, I was having a conniption because it was like, I'm almost 40. I'm supposed to be married. I'm supposed to at least have one child. I'm supposed to at least be in a relationship, and those things wasn't happening. And I won't say I was depressed, but I was sad. My spirit was sad at different times, and I was trying to make things work that wasn't supposed to work.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
trying to make those things work. Now look, I know what I want. I know what I need. I can compromise. Can you compromise? Can you love me like I need to be loved? I'm willing to love you like that. And if I can't love you and give you what you need, I'm okay with stepping back. But that's the woman at 40. At 35 to 40, I was like, okay, let's just try to see if it's going to work. I mean, I don't know if I could do it or not, but
Yeah, yeah. So, it makes me think about this, Arya, and this has been true for my life, and I want to know if this has been true for you at all. So, one of the challenges that I've had, I am dating someone now, and so just really working on some of the thing and unlearning a lot of things in relationships that I've learned over the years that weren't healthy for maintaining or building a relationship, right? So one of the things that I've realized I've had to unlearn is this fantasy of what a relationship or what a man is supposed to be like, right? So we have our list, of course, of things, standards that we desire, and not being so attached to it having to be just like that. And so over the years, my priorities have shifted, my list has changed, and it really caused me to look more at what's important underneath the surface as opposed to what's on the surface, if you know what I mean. So have you ever been in a space where you felt like you were being caught up in a fantasy world of what you were looking for as opposed to living in reality when it comes to relationships or men?
I would say yes and no, because I wanted a man that was going to take charge, but then I wanted to control how he took charge.
Yeah.
So in that
Yeah.
way, I lived in a fantasy. I always looked at core values. Do he believe in the Lord? You know, now I look at what's your credit like? What's your track record? You can live with your mama, but what's your track record? Are you there because you a bum? Are you there because you helping your mama? Or y'all trying to save? You know, what's
Yeah.
that? What's that situation?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so I don't think in the fantasy world, like he gotta look like this. Cause girl, I like fat boys.
Okay.
I love fat boys. I like big guys. I can say fat boys, but I like big guys. I like tall guys. I'm short. I'm 5'5", but I'll take them 5'7" and up. I like them thick. I'm a thick chick, and I don't really like skinny men. But however, I have dated slim men. Don't get me wrong, and I'm open to it. But the type of guys that I usually go for are bigger.
Mm.
So it was never, oh, he got to be tall, dark, and handsome with these muscles and stuff. I never approached it that way. And funny thing is, my ex fiance was white. So he
Okay.
didn't even have to be black. But no, the only part of the fantasy world was that this man who's taking care of all this was going to let me tell him what to do.
Got it. Yeah, and honey, that world. When you want like a alpha man that takes charge and you trying to tell him what to do, yeah, that ain't gonna go together.
Right. And I'm not about to let you. And here's the thing. Um, I can't control the situation. I don't want to be controlled. So why would I try to control you?
Right.
I don't want to feel like I'm being controlled. I will be submissive, but submissive to me is not control, it's submission. And that
Mm-hmm.
looks totally different to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think that was the only fantasy word, because no man who's a real man ain't gonna let you talk to him crazy. And that's how I was coming out of my face crazy. Because again, you're right here. There's another one waiting.
Yeah.
There's others waiting for you to mess up. So
Got it. So how would you describe your single life? We're talking about single life over 40. What is Arya's single life like over 40?
okay, so Cash Doll has a song. It's called "Single and Happy."
Okay.
Let's just say that's my theme song.
Mhm.
I am happy being single until I meet the person I'm supposed to be with. I am not in a rush. I'm not stressed about it. I am open. I love dating. When I tell
Yeah.
you I love dating, I love getting to know someone. I love finding new places for us to go. I love learning people because I like to hear people's story and learn about them and different things. I love deep conversations. So as my friends say, I am a conversationalist. So I
Yeah.
like a guy who can hold that conversation with me. I've learned that I like quiet men. I like smart men.
Mhm.
I like men
Mhm.
who can teach me something. I don't
Mhm.
need, I'm not in that rush like I was 35 to 40. It didn't happen. All right. You
Yeah.
know, I that's my dating life. My dating life is probably every month I might go on a date. If that, I'm not
Mhm.
wasting my time. If this conversation is going nowhere, this conversation isn't going anywhere. I don't do online dating anymore. I am open to my friends hooking me up, introducing me to someone. If I meet someone in the store, I don't mind walking up. I don't mind telling the guy he's handsome. I'm a
Mhm. Me
grown
either.
woman.
Me
I'm grown as woman
either.
out here in these
You
streets.
got that look handsome, tell them. Shoot. Yeah.
I'm a part of this group called Dallas Collective here.
Uh-huh.
And we went out last week and this guy was so handsome. I was like, you are very handsome. You
They
are
like
you're
to hear that
really,
too, just like we like it. Yeah.
and sometimes we don't, that's not me taking the first step. That's just me showing you I'm open to this conversation. Now either
Yeah.
you are right or you not. You know what I'm saying? But that's my dating. That's my single experience. My single is I'm single and happy. And a part of her song, she says, I want you to spoil me with loyalty. That's one
Mhm.
part. And then on another part, she says, I got my own bag, but I want did she say I want to spend yours too? Or something like that. But she's
Mhm.
like, you have to come with something more. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what she's talking about. You gotta come with something more than just sex. You got to come more with just money. Like, show me that you're worth it. And that's where I'm
Yeah.
at. Not so much show me that you don't have to, oh, I got this, and that, so you can prove who you are, but just
Mhm.
be a man, be able to take care of yourself, be able to take
Mhm.
care of yourself. I'm at an age that I want a man who I know if I fall short, he got me.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
unapologetic with that.
Yeah.
Can you take care of me? Can you finance my life?
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm not dealing with potential no more. I'm
Yeah.
40.
That's real talk. And I love I love what Sanithia said. She said online dating almost stole my soul. No more. Listen, I
Girl.
watched some success stories online, and there are other people that online dating is not for. I am one of those people. I tried it a few times, when I wasn't dating, but it's like I just don't like that feel. I don't like a forced environment where it's like, oh, we're here to date. I would rather a more casual setting or like a hookup through a friend or something like that. But I don't like the online dating. That's just
I
not
don't
for me.
care.
I understand, Sanithia. Yeah, it's too
And
much.
I'm telling 5 men about my day. I don't
Yeah,
want, and you
it's
talking to a bunch of different women. I
right.
understand if I meet somebody, he might be talking to somebody, but you're talking to 100 different women telling them the same stuff. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not genuine. And I've done online dating since online dating started.
Wow. Okay.
My family used to be like, you better be careful with this new online dating. And I've met some really cool guys that were my friends
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with doing online dating, but it's not for me. I'm not interested in it anymore. That's just
Yeah.
not my juice.
Yeah, I understand. And Patrice just logged in. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for
Okay.
watching. Yeah. So we are coming up on the holidays, right? So we just finished with Thanksgiving. We're coming up on Christmas and the New Year. And for some singles, that is a really tough time of year because if you have to face the reality, like, man, especially if you don't have kids, like, I don't have a husband, I don't have a significant other, I don't have any children. So what advice would you give to those who may be struggling during the holidays being single?
Being just because you got a husband don't mean you happy. Just because you got children don't mean that you happy. People that's married feel single. They feel
Yeah.
lonely. So don't
Amen.
you ever believe that just because somebody is married and putting on this persona that they're happy. That's
Hmm.
number one. Number
Yeah.
two, tact my okay, so before we got on, I told you my niece lives with me and my niece's best friend lives with me, who's a single father, and his son lives here with us.
Okay.
There's
Hmm.
a gang of us.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is we're doing a Christmas photo shoot. And I love on them. I love on my nieces and nephews like they're mine, especially my niece Chloe. She's my child. She's the closest one to me. She's
Mhm.
like that's my daughter.
Mhm.
So I might not have my own, but I have the opportunity to love on her. Now, before Chloe moved back to Texas, I had a really good friend. I would do Christmas holidays with her and her family, and I felt apart. See, here's
Mhm.
the thing. You can't just sit in the house by yourself and be like, so no. No, 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 no. You have to come on, be a part. For Thanksgiving, I went by one of my girlfriend's house. I do a women's meetup every first Thursday here in Dallas. It's called the Walk of a Woman. My partner in that, I went to her house for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
For Christmas, my babies they probably gonna have to work because they have jobs like that. And I'm calling them babies, girl. They 20 and 21.
Oh, okay. I think they're teenagers and stuff like that. Is grown. Okay, they grown. Yeah.
They grown, but they my babies. They mine.
Exactly.
I love on them like
Yeah.
they my children. And
Uh-huh.
they got their own parents, but they my children too.
Mhm. Right.
Um, but we're gonna open up presents and do things like that. I'm okay with being home by myself. I don't go into depression. I work 7 days a week because
Mhm.
although I run all these businesses, it takes money to finance them. So I work a full-time and a part-time job.
Okay.
And I work 7 days a week. So I'm okay with being in my bed and laying down for the whole day and probably
Oh,
watching Christmas movies. I love Christmas. So it works for me. I'll listen to some music. The best thing is if you're starting to feel sad and you're starting to feel depressed, take out time, tell somebody. Be honest about your feelings. Excuse me, own your feelings, own how you feel. Because the problem is we be in denial and we gotta act like we're strong. You should have friends that you can just be like, I'm not okay. See, my
mhm.
best friend, my sister, I can hit her up, Arnitra, and be like, I'm not okay. And she's like, okay, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Even our mutual friend Patrice, I can hit her up. I'm not good. And I
Mhm.
got so many people. I could just start naming people and just be like, I'm not okay. I'm not
Yeah.
okay right now. And I could be honest about my feelings and they're not going to shame me. They're not going to feel no type. They're not going to treat me no type of way. They're going to
Mhm.
allow me to speak. Even my partner in The Walk of a Woman, I've
Mhm.
just cried while I'm texting her, like, and this is so overwhelming. I wish I had somebody here who I could
Mhm.
just cry in his arms and different things. And again, I can be vulnerable in that moment. And then I come back to myself. That's still just because I'm sad about it and just because I'm crying about it doesn't mean I'm just going to settle.
And I think that's the key, because just because you're single and happy doesn't mean that you don't have moments where you're sad. You know what I mean? So I think it's the reality of it. And just because you are married doesn't mean that you're all happy and that you don't have sad times. So I think we are just human beings having human experiences. And so we will be sad no matter what phase of life we're in or what our relationship status is. So I love that you share that. Like, hey, I have my moments, but overall, to summarize it, I'm good, and I have people that I can call on and just things that I can do to just be okay. So I love that.
Okay.
So look, let's talk about this dating over 40, right? So, we dated when we were younger in our 20s and doing what we doing. Like you said, you had your hot girl summers or whatever. I had mine in my 20s and stuff. So when we get over 40, have you seen the dating experience change? Like, how would you describe dating over 40?
So the dating experience, honestly, I don't feel like I used to date older men.
Okay.
Let me put that out there. I think a man is a man is a man.
Hmm.
A man is a man is a man at whatever age. So is there a difference? No, because they act like children still. They still trying to have, lying just to have sex. Look, if you want to have sex, tell me you want to have sex. That's all you want to do. And we can see if this is mutual. But
Mhm.
they're not gonna just come out their face and say that. Some of them are still shy. They're still shy.
Yeah.
Um, some men, I was talking to a guy the other day, and he was like, when something is so good, sometimes you're looking for a problem. And I
Mm.
find that more in your 40s and older, you're looking for, what is that? What's the problem? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? And I have men who've asked me that. What's
Mm-hmm.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's the problem? What's the wrong thing? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's because we've dealt with so many other people that was trash that when we
Mm.
get somebody that's good, that's worth a damn. I'm sorry, I'm cursing,
Yep.
but
Legit. Be yourself.
okay. Um, that's the only difference. I know they know over 40 now. I'm looking at health where I may not have looked at health before. I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at what you have to offer me.
Yeah.
What can you bring to the table? Because I'm coming to the table with mine. Eve has, I like music. Eve has
Mm-hmm.
a song, it's called I Just Gotta Be Me. Be Me is the name of the song. And she
Yeah.
said, you gotta come to Eve with royalty, not just lay pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I'm coming to the table with mine. And so many times, and men tell me all the time, what a woman have, that don't matter, that don't matter. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you're lying if you say that you don't want a woman who can be an asset to you. Because
Mm-hmm.
why would you want a liability? Why would you want somebody who can't grow with you, can't build with you, who can't pray over you when you sad, who, if you fall short, got you, who,
Mm-hmm.
all these different things. So I look at that more now that I'm over 40. What's your asset? Are you an asset or your liability?
Mm-hmm.
What's your track record? What
Yeah.
what type of job you have? And I know that jobs are kind of now, but have you been out of work a year? Okay. What were you doing before?
Mhm.
This is all getting to know you questions,
Yeah.
because in the end, if you're a type of person that's like, oh, they gonna give me this unemployment, I'm just gonna sell on this unemployment. That don't work for a woman like me, because I've been working 2 jobs through this pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're okay with just getting that unemployment check, our vibe is gonna be off, because I'm gonna get mad because
Mm-hmm.
I'm ending up going to work and you talking about I'm playing PlayStation,
Yeah.
or you just at home chilling because they're giving you this free check. No, you
Yeah.
should want more. And I just
Yeah.
want somebody that wants more out of life that I can build with. Let's build this empire. So
Mm-hmm.
that's me dating over 40 now. That's the difference.
Yeah. So it sounds like what you're looking for is more substance. So maybe in the 20s, and back then it was more just surface
Mhm.
level. You were just kind of doing what you were doing. So and now it's just like, I'm thinking not just about right now, but also in the future. So Patrice says, yes, these things are important, but when we talk about it, we are made to feel that we are focused on the wrong thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to, here's the thing. In society, you have to listen, take what you need, and get a rest back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me what I should want for my life. If
Mm-hmm.
I want to be financially secure, you can't tell me I don't have a right to feel like I want to be financially secure.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that I shouldn't want somebody. I'm not saying he gotta have a mansion, but what I'm saying is where he's working on. I'm trying to buy a house next year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a house? Can you help me buy this house? Or which your, this one guy I was talking to, and he's just a friend. He was just a friend. He was like, he was talking about stocks, and I was like, ooh, I love that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said something about that turns me on, something like that. He was like, wait, let me show you my portfolio. I was like, don't play, stop playing with me.
He said, since you like that, let me expose you to some
Listen.
more. Yeah.
But those things intrigue me. And again, I like a man that can teach me something. If you
Yeah.
just talking surface level and we never get past the surface, we're probably not going to make it. Because I
Right.
want somebody who's going to ask me too, who wants to know about me, see if I'm an asset or a
Exactly.
liability to him. And here's the thing. If you're a liability, I need you just to lay next to me. I can have a booty call for that if that's what I want. There's
Right.
so many people who are okay with that.
Mhm.
So I'm okay with just staying being single for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I understand. It's just, you have to be okay with what you're looking for, because there are so many things. We are inundated with people telling you what you should do and what you should look like, what should be a red flag, what shouldn't, all this kind of stuff. But you got to be okay with what works for you. I'm a firm believer that one size does not fit all in relationships and in
It
dating.
doesn't.
So what works for you may not work for me, and I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. So I think we just have to be comfortable and confident in what we want. And if it doesn't work, be okay with maybe being a little bit more flexible or whatever, but just focus on your lane, you
You
know,
think,
and that's the main
um,
thing.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I was
Go ahead.
okay. Like you
Hmm.
said, that is the main thing. Focus on your lane. And another thing is you have to be okay with being by yourself,
Yeah, very true.
because being by yourself, those things that you want may cause you to be by yourself. But see, I only need one. I don't need a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And if too many people have access to you, your value go down.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I'm not. I mean, even though I will date multiple people, that don't mean multiple people are in my bed.
Right,
That don't
right.
mean that they all getting that same conversation either.
Yeah,
And honestly, if I meet one person, they give me the conversation, they give me everything I need. I might not even decide to date the next guy that comes up that's trying to get to know me.
yeah,
But you have to genuinely know what it is that you want, what you need. I
hmm,
like time and attention.
yeah,
So I'm not going to apologize for that. I like
yeah,
time and attention. And before I stress about somebody's son not giving me time and attention, I'd rather be by myself.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
just
And that is so key. I think it took me a long time to get to the point of being okay being by myself, because I bought into the belief that I picked up movies or somebody told me, or so I don't know where I got it from, but it was a lot of places that I needed a man to make me feel valued and significant and wanted and needed and all those things. And so it took a lot for me to unlearn that so that I can know that I can be okay. And like you were saying earlier, of not rushing towards a goal. Like I'm not rushing towards marriage. I've been married before, so I don't even know if that's my desire anymore. Like right now, I don't
Mhm.
desire that. And so it's like it's just, and you're in a different space when you're not trying to get somewhere and you're just on a journey and okay with that. And it just feels so good, like you said, to just be okay, whether you're with someone or not, that you can be comfortable with that. And I think that's so important when you're talking about thriving in being single over 40, right? Woo,
Exactly.
girl. So, okay, so I love to talk about dating, right? So, we're going to take a pause for the cause and talk about these dating 101 cards that my friend and I created. My friend Reggie and I recreated these cards to spark meaningful conversations on dates. Or if you are having fun with your girlfriends or family on a game night, we want you to be able to have meaningful conversations. So, it's 101 questions and scenarios in this card deck. And on our Dating 101 card Instagram page, we posted today about dating stories. So we're starting a new series where we're posting dating stories, right? So I wanted you to share, Anya, if you can remember, like your most memorable dating experience that you've had thus far. It can be funny or just, girl, let me tell you what happened. Like anything that comes to mind about your dating experience.
A dating experience. Let's see. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
give you a really good one. I'll give you a nice one.
Okay.
Man, this guy, we had been talking on the phone for a month, but he was so busy. I always tell people I attract bosses.
Come
I
on with
attract
it.
bosses. So yeah, he had a lot going for himself. He had a radio station, he had a football league, he drove trucks, he did a whole bunch of stuff. And
Mhm.
we met online. We
Go
met
figure,
online.
right?
Right. We met online, and it was a month. It was about a month before we actually got to meet each other and date in person.
Okay.
So we had been talking, and the conversation was everything. That
Mm.
conversation was everything. So we had both. I was fresh out of a relationship. He was. I don't know if he was fresh out of a relationship, but we both had said that we didn't want nothing extra.
Okay.
We didn't want nothing. We just, we didn't want a relationship. We was just going to see what this was. And so he came and got me. One of my girlfriends was actually at my house early in the day. Her and her son, shout out to Javetta. Her and her son was at my house, and he was swimming. And I was like, yeah, I got that date with him. I won't say his name, but I got that date with him tonight. She was like, oh my goodness. So she helped me get dressed. Again, I love dating because I love getting dressed. Let's get dressed. Let's see wear my hair. Do I go get something to wear? Like, I am that girl. And this was 7 years ago. And so he came and picked me up. It was a little bit later. So we went, that was my first time at Trinity Grove. So this was 7 years ago. It was at Trinity Grove. They had the big sign. So I wore this cute little tangerine top with some jeans, and I had some wedges on. And they had the big sign. So in Dallas, it's is a B and a G, and you stand in the middle and you're the I. So I was like, I run up to it. I was like, oh my goodness, take my picture. Yes, I am that girl. Listen, I am her. So I stand in there, pose, and then all the I say Trinity Grove like you knew. My mind. Anyway, it's Dallas. Okay, I just thought about that. I was like, I'm telling her this like she know where I'm talking about. Anywho, the restaurants, it's a nice little area, and they got an outside area, and they have different restaurants. So the restaurants were closed, but the bars were open. So he was like, let's get a drink. So I got a drink, and I was like, oh, I need to go. I think I had to go throw some away, do something. I got up and I walked away, and then I came back. He was like, so tell me more about you besides this sexy ass walk you got. I was like,
Let me walk again.
hey boy. And so so after that we went to, what was that? Oh, we got in the car and he played this song. And what made me think about him in this situation is because I still listen to the song. It's called Cool Conversations. So I still listen to the song. It's a really cute song. And we just was talking and we was vibing. And I love that. And we just went to Cafe Brazil. That's just a little restaurant. It wasn't nothing big. It wasn't nothing spectacular. Mm-hmm. But it was just the smallness of it. But 7 years later, we're not together. However, he was a good catch. I don't know why he came to mind, but hey, that's what that is. I got a horror hell date too. So
yeah. But I like that you remembered something that wasn't like this big extravagant experience, but it was just something that was memorable. It was good conversation, a good vibe. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always have to be, depending upon the woman, but it doesn't always have to be this big to do. It's just sometimes it's the little things that matter the most, that we connect, that emotional connection. It sounds like, he was being attentive and affirming you and all those kind of things. And that really matters to women. So yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And even at the end of the night, like we were standing in the parking lot, he just grabbed me and kissed me.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. Yeah. And we got back to my house. He came in, we were talking, we fell asleep. No sex, no nothing. We fell asleep and both our heads was just leaned on each other, sleep. So it was really, really, really cute. We had fun or what have you. But yeah, you're right. It's for me, it's the small things. Yeah. It's the little things. It's how you made me feel in that moment. Yeah. And although it didn't work out for us, and when we finally let it go, it was explosive or whatever, but I'll never forget that. And that was really good. And it was really cute.
Yeah, it sounds cute. Like the atmosphere, the ambiance, and all that stuff. He was checking you out, watching you walk away. Okay, I see.
Because you want to feel sexy to a man. I mean, I do. I want to feel sexy, but not in a sleazy, sexy way. It's a way that you give a woman a compliment. Like, girl, you wearing them jeans. Just different things. And
just see, we want to be seen. Like, see, I know you see me with this outfit on. I know you see me. So say something.
Right. And people be like, women don't dress for men; they dress for women. That's a lie. I dress for men. I want to be seen, but I don't want you to be, oh girl, no, it's a way that you talk to a lady.
Right. Yeah, exactly. See me. I know I'm cute, but I want you to know. I want to know that you know that I'm cute.
Listen, I went to a ball here. It's called the Margarita Ball 2 years ago. And I wore this green dress and I wore this red wig, right? Baby, I had men just walking up to me talking about, you are so pretty. And they will walk off. You are gorgeous. And just walk off. My friend was like, what the hell? I was like, I don't know either, girl. I don't know either. But it makes you feel, it's that feminine. That's that femininity.
That feminine energy. Yeah. Yes. We love it. We know how to give it. Yes. And we give it. So what would you say, Arnya? What do you do that brings you the most joy in your singleness?
Self-care is important. Self-care is important. It's been 5 years since I got my nails done.
Really?
And last week I went and got my nails done. No,
Okay, they look good from
yeah,
what I can see. Yeah.
last week. I had just started painting my own nails because that was
Mm-hmm.
bringing me joy. I got nail polish up here now.
Mm-hmm.
But something in me just was like, I want to get my nails done. This makes me feel feminine. Having my
Yeah.
nails done.
Mm-hmm.
Paint, whether I paint them or whether I go get them done, that makes me feel feminine. I go to
Yeah.
an esthetician because now that I'm older, I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep everything in shape. I like those things. I enjoy just hanging out with my friends, laughing. If I can, I love laughing. Dating brings me joy.
Yeah.
Dating, because I date a little bit different now. I wear a dress. Like I try to wear a dress on my first date because
Okay.
that's the feminine energy that I'm trying to give. Because in my life, I've had to be hard. I've been on my own since I was 18. And that was
Wow.
the biggest thing of controlling things. Because when
Yeah.
I got home, I was like, I got to control everything that happens to me because of things that happened in my past.
Yeah.
And now I feel like, okay, I could be soft now. But how do
Mm-hmm.
I be soft? Because I'm still running shit. So how do I show him that I can be feminine? And so I
Yeah.
put that dress on and I just be a woman. Now, if
Yeah.
you act up, I got my own money and I got my own car and I can get, because trust me, my girls know where I'm at. I can
Yeah.
hit somebody come and get me or I can get an Uber, baby. It's easy.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to present to you is a whole woman.
Yeah, yeah. You said something that I got a question about. It made me think about something. So you said you've been on your own since 18, right? And just, doing it, moving, shaking, doing what you have to do for yourself. So that made you hard. At what point did you figure out, you know what? I need to make a pivot a little bit and just show my softer side. Like what happened that caused that transition to be so that you're not so hard and to let your guard down to be that feminine goddess that you are?
So the biggest thing was I told God I wanted to be a wife. And
Mm.
as I said, women were coming up to me. I'm telling you, I will be anywhere. And I was talking to a wife. And
Mhm.
not just a wife of 5 years, a wife of 10 plus years. My partner with the walk of a woman, she's been married 30 years, 30
Wow.
plus years now. So, and she's been very, very in telling me how a woman, like she's like, I'm still a woman, but when my husband come, he'd be like, I'm ready. I'm ready too. I'm going to see about this baby.
Yeah.
So that I read a book. It's called Captivating. It's
Hmm.
called Captivating.
Okay.
And in the book it talks about a woman being a woman.
Wow.
And I realized, and so many men and women have told me, no, I tell them in a minute, I ain't no man. Look at me, baby. Ain't
Mhm.
nothing managed. Ain't nothing managed here, baby.
Yeah.
Your boy ain't built like this. Okay.
I know that's.
So I have to act like that too. I have to, and it's intentional.
Mhm.
It's intentional. It
Mhm.
is. It is. It's intentional in me being a woman,
Yeah.
because a man don't want to be next to no man, and he
Mhm.
don't want to feel like he got to fight a man. Now, some men still gonna be intimidated, and some still gonna feel like you hard. But baby, I've been on my own for 22 years. You have to
Mhm.
understand. I gotta watch how you handle your business, and if you're not handling your business, or if I'm not privy to watching you handle your business, I can't hand over my shit to you.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to shout out my co-host to my podcast, Fancy Zone. Hey girl.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Somebody besides Patrice, I know that came on.
I love that. Hey, girl. Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
I'm glad you shared that because a lot of us who either have had to handle stuff on our own, who have been taught by independent, strong women that this is how you are supposed to conduct yourself. And then it becomes hard to shift into, you know what, I don't have to be in so much control. I don't have to be so hard. I can just, chill, relax, and allow the man to take the lead. And that takes intention, like you said, just being intentional about doing that and being cognizant, like, hey, okay, I'm self-aware, this is what I'm doing, let me make a shift. So I love that you share that and that you're learning how to just flow in your feminine energy. I love that. So look, in the little bit of time that we have left, tell us about Lady CEO and all of these brands that you have under this. What services do you provide and the podcast and all this kind of stuff? Tell us more about what you do.
Cool. And thank you so much, Siobhan. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Me and Siobhan have a mutual friend, Patrice, that's in the comment. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey,
Um,
girl.
Patrice is always on Siobhan's podcast, and I was like, you need to tell her I want to come on there. So Patrice was taking too long, so I hit Siobhan up myself and was like, hey, girl, hey, I'm trying to be on your podcast because I appreciate, this.
Yeah.
Because we need to talk more on relationships. And as I told you, where I'm at right now, God has placed me here to talk about. I realize why I'm single at 40, to talk about it and make it okay, not crying about it or whatever. Yeah. So that's that. So LadiCEO is LLC. It's the bigger brand umbrella of my smaller brand. So I do LadiCEO itself is a brand consulting and management. So consulting is I tell you what to do and you go do it. Management is we gonna find places to place you and we gonna work this out. I'm managing what you got going on. I have Miss Things Boutique, which is a t-shirt. I call it expression wear. Because I don't have on I wanted to come cute, like a woman tonight. So I didn't on one of my shirts, but I have shirts that say, because they call us angry Black women, I have one that has angry Black woman scratched out and it just says LadiCEO. I have one that has a definition of LadiCEO. I have one that says my hair is soft and my booty is too. I have one that says listen. So that's Miss Things Boutique. I have Fire Lashes. These are magnetic lashes.
Nice.
So that I have that. I have I'm gonna tell you. LadiCEO presents Pick Your Persona. So Pick Your Persona shoots are what I did was I organized 2 shoots. I seen and this in the picture is circulating again with Taraji. It's like everybody's in peach. Taraji, Angela Bassett, and like everybody's on there. So I recreated that in New Orleans and in Dallas. Nice. So I do that. I pick a picture. We pick a picture, and we recreate it. I work with a photographer, and I work with a photographer and a stylist. Yes, Patrice. Under Miss Things Boutique, I do have a sale on wine glasses right now for $6.
Nice.
So that's that. But yeah, that's Pick Your Persona. Pick Your Persona. Also, I do creative director for photo shoots. So I also have a photographer if you want to work with him. Shout out to Scott. Ashley works with me as the stylist. Ashley Marshall. She works as the stylist that work with me on that. So that's LadiCEO, but also a part of LadiCEO in conjunction with Swagger Magazine. I do have Theories and Thoughts podcast and Theories and Thoughts talk show. So,
nice. Let's go.
Fancy and I do both together. We're executive producers. Come on, Jesus. I never thought, I told somebody, I was like, I'm walking in dreams that I didn't even know I had. So the podcast is more experts. So we run every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have experts. We talk about things that are not common to talk about in the Black community. They are common, and we bring on a Black expert on there. So this week we talked to someone about grief. I had to think about it. We had grief last week. Next week we're going to do canceling student loan debt.
Oh, I love that. Listen, I just not forgiving, baby. Let me tell you how good God is, baby.
Come on, Jesus, come on. So that's what we talk about. And on the last week of every month, we have our wind down where we just talk about what's going on. We also do current events, but not a lot like the other media. But so that's that. The talk show. So the talk show is Theories and Thoughts can be seen on Swagger Magazine's Facebook page.
Okay. Swagger Magazine. Yes.
Facebook. The talk show is on the Exposure Network app.
Okay.
So the talk show is a little bit different. It is opinionated. It's opinionated. So when we talk about a topic, we talk we tell our opinions on it. So we had dating over 40, no, over 35 because Fancy is a little bit younger than I am. We had
Okay.
dating over 35 and we talked about a lot that we're talking about. We have family dynamics, and we talked about women empowerment. So
Nice.
those were the three topics. And then we got in some business on this business, Black entrepreneurs who are out here doing it. So we did three of them as well. So
Nice.
that's for season 2. Season 1 is just straight opinionated. And
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love doing it. I love, me and Fancy, we balance each other out well. Sometimes you get with people and you're like, I don't know if this gonna work out. I feel like we're very good together, so it works. So yeah, I think that's all that I do.
Listen, let me tell you, that's good. Anya, let me tell you what, you better do all the things here, all of them. And I love that because who said that we just have to do one thing? And I'm that type of person where there's a lot of things that I do well. And so it's just all the things. It feels like all the things, but you just enjoy doing those things. You're just using your gifts, while you are here and living out your purpose, which is beautiful. So kudos to you, celebrating you for doing all the
Yeah.
lovely Lady CEO things and
Oh,
everything that is under that. Yeah.
I missed one because I said it while I was talking, and I always forget it because it's the newest one, and it
Okay.
is the Walk of a Woman. It's a women's meetup here in Dallas every first Thursday. We do have a group, and
Okay.
what that was, what we do there is we bring different women of different walks of life. You never know where I can help you. That's the same thing. Basically, what I did with you. I have a
Yeah.
podcast. You have a podcast. I was like, Siobhan, just because I got a podcast don't mean I can't hit you up and be like, I want to be on your podcast, and then
Exactly.
figure out how you can be on our podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
that's how we should be. But a lot of times, culturally, we're not. We don't know how to appreciate another Black woman and be like, sis, you look good. Okay. You are out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be a part of that. A lot of
Yeah.
times we don't know how to do that. And sometimes other women are at different stages in their lives that we haven't gotten to, or we have, and we can help them. So
Yeah.
that's why we call it the walk of a woman. So you meet different women at different stages, and you never know what you can do to help
Yeah.
them and help you.
And I love that because I'm a firm believer in the power of connection. I have connected with so many amazing women. Like Dr. Sanithia is one of them. We just published her book anthology. And so I just believe in connecting with other women. We are powerful together. We can do stuff individually, that's cool or whatever, but when we
Right.
are together, we move mountains. And so I
Listen.
am a cheerleader for other women. I love to see other women doing their thing because I feel like, once again, we all have a lane to walk in and we can walk in it together and not take from one another. So I think it's beautiful. I love what you're doing. I love that you're on here and
Thank
supporting
you.
walking in wholeness. So it's all good. We're all here doing the daggone thing together.
Mhm.
So before we leave today, I wanted to ask some rapid fire questions from our Dating 101 card. So like I said, Dating 101 is the cards that we have created, myself and Reggie,
I'm getting
who
me
is
some.
a good friend. Yes. And they are great conversation starters, whether you're on a date or with your friends. 101 questions and scenarios to help you spark meaningful conversations. So we have either or questions, we have scenarios, we have a little more in-depth questions. So I'm just going to do the easier ones, the rapid fire ones. So you ready, Arnya?
I'm ready.
All right. Are you a cat or a dog lover?
Dog.
Okay. Would you prefer a museum coffee date or a dinner date?
Museum. Coffee.
Mhm. When arguing, do you shut down or talk it out?
Depends on what we arguing about.
Okay. Do you prefer breakfast, lunch, or dinner food?
For a date,
Just anything.
lunch. Hey,
Okay.
Talik, I see you, sis.
And the last question, do you have a height requirement when dating?
Yes, they got to be taller than me, and that don't take much because I'm 5'5".
You 5'5". I was just about to ask how tall are you. So we answered those really quick, but just these simple questions spark so much conversation when you are like on a date or when you're with your friends. I remember asking one of these questions, and honey, we were talking for like 20 minutes just talking about the nuances of this question. But like I said, it's more detailed questions in the deck as well. And it's just to spark conversations and just to get you help you know a little bit more about your person that you're on a date with. So dating
Okay.
101. Yeah. So I'll put the
Y'all
link.
cop them. Y'all cop them because Patrice talks about them. And yes, Patrice, you was supposed to give me some with the
Mhm.
last dude I was dating, and you ain't get them. So I'm gonna need them for when I go for New Year's Eve on my date for New Year's Eve. So handle
Listen,
them since you
I
gonna
know
get
that's
them.
right. Listen, as soon as that takes place, baby, we go to the post office, honey. We get them out and to you so you can get ready for your dates or whatever. So thank you, Anya. I really, really appreciate you coming on and just being with us and sharing with us about being single over 40. I hope that if you are watching, you are encouraged, you are inspired, and that you just took some nuggets with you that'll help you continue on your journey of being single, fabulous, and over 40 and loving it, honey. You don't have to be sad. There's so much that we have to be thankful for. You can have
Oh,
sad moments, that's okay, but you can keep it moving.
listen, and thank you so much for having me. I'm gonna have to come back and talk about something else.
Yes, that's nothing. You just let me know when you want to come back. That's how we're gonna do this. Whatever you want to talk about, I'm open. So just let me know. But thank you so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. And until next time, good night.